Surgeons.com and let them show you how the job is supposed to get done.
At Farah and Farah, we have a staff that spends every day helping people with their workers' compensation claim. Maybe you can't work, but we can on your behalf. Farah and Farah, protecting you and your family since 1979. Offices, Jacksonville.
You know when you're scrolling through your phone or working on your laptop and that notification pops up? Update available. Well, consider this a notification from your car. It's time to upgrade. And at the Nissan Tech for All sales event, we're making it easier than ever for everyone to get the newest Nissan technologies today. With 0% financing for 60 months on every model, including the 2018 Rogue with available Pro Pilot Assist that helps keep you centered in your lane. And the 2018 Titan, powered by a V8 engine that produces the best standard horsepower in its class. Experience it at your local Nissan store.
Now, save up to $10,000 on Titan.
Now the most exciting tech you own is in your driveway.
For well-qualified customers, up to $1,667 per month per thousand financed for 60 months. 2017 Titan up to $10,000 consists of $7,000 cash back, $1,000 loyalty or conquest cash for qualified customers, and $2,000 red tag customer cash. See dealer for details. Must finance through NMAC and take delivery from new dealer stock. Offers vary by model. See owner's manual for important safety feature information. Call 1-888-858-8319 for offer details. Ends 5/31/18.
The installation experts at Tire Outlet bring you this installment of ETN. TireOutlet.com. Wholesale prices, premium service. This is Excuse the Nuisance.
All right, let's play a little ETN. We got Alan as our guest Guggen judge. Beef, what's Alan taking home?
Alan, for his efforts today, is going to enjoy the first pitch for walk-off charities tonight down at the baseball grounds. Got a 4-pack for that to watch noted steroid abuser Brent Martineau.
Yes, happy birthday to Brent Martineau, by the way.
Double cycle today for the birthday.
Double cycle.
Are you, by the way, has Martineau paid you to be his PR operative?
Why is that?
Well, I've heard him reference Martineau's home run title more than I've heard
Beef,
Martineau reference Martineau's home run title, which is a lot.
Every time I mention it, I mention that he's on steroids. I've been trying to knock it down a peg.
Yeah. But anyway.
Hurtful. And also a pair of tickets to the World Golf Hall of Fame. Good for Hall of Fame admission, a round on the putting course, and a shot at the challenge hole.
Outstanding. Alan, good morning. How are you, sir?
I'm fine. How are you guys?
Good. Thank you for the time. Are you ready to play?
Absolutely.
All right, let's rock and roll this baby.
Let's play the feud.
Let's do her up.
Round one.
Round one, guys. Last night, it looked like the Warriors were at least in position to get it done, but it's Houston against the W. It takes the 3-2 lead. There's a lot of fingers to point at Golden State following the game, so the question to you is who gagged harder late last night? Was it the no-show effort from Kevin Durant, or was it Steve Kerr's bizarre choices towards the end of that game?
You can't limit it to those two. Draymond Green can't handle a pass. Quan Cook can't hit a shot. Why is he even in the game to begin with? I put most of the blame on Kevin Durant, who I'm really think is just starting to think is just a phony, just a posture. He's a great scorer. I don't think we're in winning time for the first time. The times in his career where the focus has been on Kevin Durant with a little bit of pressure in the postseason, he's failed miserably. Blew a 3-1 lead with Oklahoma City over Golden State, and now you can't hide behind Steph Curry anymore, Kevin. You're going to have to show something on your own, and that means when the fourth quarter starts, you can't go 1 for 9 the last 2 games.
Well, there's blame. I'm not going to blame. I'm blaming the whole team, and I'll tell you why. First time they faced some adversity in a long time. Steph Curry, by the way, 0 for 5 in game-winning shots in the playoffs with under 15 seconds to go. So what does that say? I mean, see, it's nice to see some of these numbers start to come out when a team loses a little bit because others have dealt with this their entire careers, Cleveland guy, and have been just every single stat available has been taken and picked apart. So it's nice to see Steve Kerr, Curry, KD, those guys get a little bit of something their way when things don't go splendidly. Now, can they get up off the mat? That remains to be seen.
Winner, Jeff.
Round two.
Round two, guys. Meanwhile.
It's too much ice, by the way. Way too much.
Oh. At the end of that game, last night.
It's ice violation.
Chris Paul.
Yes, sir.
Pulled up with a hamstring injury in the waning moments of that game. He's iffy for Game 6, another in a long line of injury questions for Chris Paul, who was really having a tremendous game up to that point. If the Rockets can't close this series out and the Warriors go on to the NBA Finals, just how big of a what if will this be as we go forward? Will we look back at this and go, my goodness, how close?
Well, if Chris Paul can't play,
sure,
yeah. I mean, then it'll be a huge what if, and they'll sit there and think, well, if we had him, we would have beat them, and we don't know that. It'll remain to be seen. I hope he can play. That's all I can say. I hope he can play. Chris Paul has had a lot of injuries at a lot of key times in his career, and this could be another one of them. Hopefully it's not. Hopefully he's able to get some rehab and get back out there.
I'm not sure Chris Paul and Hakeem Olajuwon together are going to help the Houston Rockets win Game 6. Point being, I don't play Chris Paul a bit. I don't play him a second. I don't even take him to Golden State for that matter. I'll just put him in treatment and hope like heck he can play Game 7.
Winner Jeff again. I think it's going to go 7.
Round 3.
Meanwhile, tonight, it's Game 6 in Cleveland. Cavs and Celtics. Boston with the 3-2 lead. We've been here before. Is this this time through once again, much like 2010, is this LeBron James's last game in Cleveland as a Cavalier?
Is it me?
It is you, Jeff.
That's a great question. That's a great and it's not a question about is LeBron leaving Cleveland. It's a question is can LeBron and the Cavs win the series? I think I'm ready just to put both feet into the pool of opinion that they're not going to beat the Celtics. I don't know how many times the Celtics have to beat them like a piñata in Boston before we figure out that Cleveland just does not have enough around LeBron James to beat a team like the Celtics. So if we're going on the assumption that LeBron is leaving after the season, then win or lose, yeah, I think it will be his last game in Cleveland.
Yeah, I'm going to ride with Cleveland on this one tonight. I think the question is this LeBron's last game because is he leaving? I think that's the way to look at it. Well, I think a lot of it depends on how everything else is played out in the postseason. In other words, if Houston beats Golden State, why would you go to Houston, right? And why would Houston want you? Because they're going to be the world champions. Now, if Golden State comes back and beats Houston, maybe LeBron's a missing piece to put Houston over the top. And what about Philadelphia? What's going on over there? So I think much remains to be seen. And could possibly LeBron lure somebody to Cleveland? Could Cleveland go and get Chris Paul, who's scheduled to be a free agent as well? Maybe they do. Instead of going to Houston, maybe they come to Cleveland and he plays with LeBron. So much remains to be seen on that front. But I'm going to ride with Cleveland here to win this game tonight.
Winner Dan, don't count LeBron out.
Round 4.
Never count LeBron out. It rhymes. Round 4.
Not really, but that's okay.
Thank you. Round 4, guys. Shifting gears to the hardball, where we talked about this last week when it seemed like a cute thing, and it's turned into a topic of conversation with MLB analysts. Kevin Cash is doing the thing again this weekend, where he's starting his relievers.
Games, right?
All 3 games, different relievers. You know, Dan, your favorite manager in Major League Baseball, JM.
I'm Joe Madden.
Said, it'll never be a thing that becomes a frequently utilized strategy, but it seems like Kevin Cash is trying to make it so. Will this ever be something that anybody else utilizes, or is this just a cute thing Kevin Cash is doing to try and be different?
I don't want to – I hate to, listen, I give the Rays credit. They're playing much better than I thought. I thought they were going to be a horrible team. I know they split their games with the Angels when they tried this thing. I'm not a big fan of it. There's something – listen – there's something about the 9th inning, man, and there's something about being a closer. We all know we've watched a lot of baseball, and pitching the 7th inning or the 8th inning is a heck of a lot different than having to go out and pitch the 9th inning and close out a victory for your baseball team. And that's why those guys get paid more, and that's why there's only a certain amount of guys who can do it. And so to use them in the 1st inning, it's stupid. It makes no sense to me, and I don't like it. I don't like it at all.
Man, you just want to go back to the 1906, and put a chaw in and to play with the old rule. You don't want any analytics. You don't want any thinking outside the box. It's not stupid when it works, and it worked twice last weekend in Anaheim when he throws his closer to start the game. Look, here's the bottom line now. We make fun of the Phillies manager for doing this, but it's hard to find a manager who'll let his guys face the lineup 3 times. And when you run your closer out there, and he's only doing it when it's like a righty-righty matchup. So you run your closer out there, throws gas, you get a free inning almost, and his closer, quote unquote, didn't get scored on last weekend.
And there are not many people that can transition from starter to closer. Eckersley was one of the few.
Yeah, we're missing the point here. They're not asking their starters to close. What is that? What are we talking about? They're
asking their closers to
start the game, but then they go in a traditional bullpen sense at the end. They would go back.
They're not using the same guy. They're using somebody else.
Well, obviously they can't use the same guy, but
why don't you trot Vizcaíno out there to start your game tonight?
I don't need to. I don't.
That's dumb.
Round 5.
And lastly, round 5. The gang over at CBS Sports, as we're looking ahead towards college football season, it's right around the corner, broke down the majority of the Division I quarterbacks into groups of tiers. And despite some of the tiers being less than flattering, no Florida quarterbacks show up on any of these tiers of quarterbacks. Is that disconcerting that even on unflattering tiers that you don't see Florida quarterbacks that they're thought of so lowly?
Well, hold on a second. You're saying the tiers have like a negative tiers at the bottom?
Well, there's a tier that's
that's a compliment.
You may know some of the names in this tier. You may not. You should keep an eye on all of them as they're prime, or not this one. I'm sorry. It's the quarterbacks who are established but have young guys behind them, and they don't even show up there.
Yeah, I don't. Well, I'm not really completely grasping exactly how it's being formatted. I think Florida's quarterbacks are incomplete right now with a new coach in Dan Mullen. They shouldn't be in a tier, and if they're not showing up in the negative tier, it's probably a positive that they're taking a wait and see attitude. At the end of the day, the one thing that's crystal clear until one of the quarterbacks goes on the field and proves different, Florida's quarterback situation is in as low a tier as possible to put tiers on. If you can put a tier on a college quarterback, the very, very bottom tier is where the Gator quarterbacks go, and it's where they stay until someone proves otherwise.
Let me make this simple for you guys. You see what's coming out of my eyes? Those are crocodile tears because we haven't had a quarterback at Florida since you-know-who left a decade ago, okay? And we throw
That's not what crocodile
we throw
tears
12 quarter we throw 12 Thank you, Timmy. We throw 12 touchdown passes a year. 12. We used to throw 30, 35. And again, you now got to be in the show me mode. You can't sit there and go, well, Dan Mullen will fix it because we said, well, Jim McElwain will fix it. Well, Will Muschamp will fix it because Will Muschamp can recruit. Well, he didn't recruit a quarterback to Florida.
Pretty cool.
And if he did, he ran him off. And then Clarabelle certainly didn't do anything, did he?
I believe I can win with my dog Clarabelle.
Yeah, so there you go. So until we get a quarterback who can throw 4 touchdown passes in a game and lead Florida to victory because he's throwing the football around, we're going to wait and see and continue to cry.
Hello, Alan?
Yeah. Similar answer, winner, Jeff.
You wonder why ETN's going to die. You wonder why. Googans, this is on you. It's not on us. It's on you and your continued horrific, half-assed paying attention to the game. You don't respect the game, Googans. And that's why ETN will soon be gone. It's on you guys, not on us.
And we're going to talk to Marcus Pollard next.
Maybe Beef has to do a little more vetting with the judges.
Maybe
you should ask them, hey, who's the quarterback for Florida? How about who's the Jags quarterback? I don't know. I just want the free stuff.